In the in the previous lecture, what we studied how to classify a second order linear partial differential equation, and then what is the separation of variables method, which is also known as Fourier series method. So in that lecture, we solved some questions. Means we solved some PDE using the method of separation of variables. So now the real applications, as the unit. It's this is second unit, and it is the applications of PDE. So now the real applications of PDE. So like I told you, in this chapter or this in this unit, we will solve some standard partial differential equations, which are wave equation, heat equation, Laplace equation. So we have to solve those type of partial differential equations, and only one method is there, that is separation of variables method. So using that method, we have to find out the solution of wave equation, heat equation, and Laplace equation. Now the first we will consider the one dimensional wave equation. The wave equation is also two dimensional, but initially we are solving only one dimensional wave equation. So this is standard partial differential equation. So first thing is to know that what is a wave equation. So in the wave equation, what we have a string of length L. Suppose we have a string of length L, and its both ends are fixed at some particular point. Yeah, it it's both ends, this end and this end, they are fixed, and this is elastic string, or you can say a rope. So this is fixed at both of the ends, and its length is small l, suppose. Now if we touch this string or this rope, then what will happen is, suppose at this point we touch this string, so what will happen, this string will going to vibrate. क्लियर, जैसे ही आप इसको टच करोगे इसमें वाइब्रेशंस स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे. इसके दोनों एंड्स फिक्स हैं, बीच में आपके पास एक स्ट्रिंग है. उस स्ट्रिंग को जहां पर भी किसी भी पॉइंट पे, एट दिस पॉइंट और दिस पॉइंट और दिस पॉइंट, व्हेन यू टच दिस स्ट्रिंग हियर at any of the points between the length, then what will happen, this string will start vibrating, and that vibration is known as the wave equation. Means the vibrations are in form of wave, because the vibration will be, because if this is rope and or this is string, if you touch this from the top, there are two views. Suppose this is your rope and you touch from here, means from the top, from here, then the vibration would be like this. So up down, up down, up down, these type of vibration would be there. But so this is from the vertical point of view. Means now if you suppose if you touch this string from this end, clear, means you are this is what, this is a string and you are touching from this end, means from top of the rope, from top of the string. So vibration would be in the y direction, means like this. The vibration would be like this, up down, up down, up down. But when you touch this string from the front, means from this side, the vibration would be like this. So means here we are considering only one dimension wave equation, and one dimension means the vibrations are like this. Clear, its both ends are fixed, and we are touching from the top this string or from the bottom. So what will happen, it will start vibrating like this. If this is your string, then it will start vibrating like this, up down, up down, up down, means this this is the fixed position, means this is the length of the string. So it will go up and then down, up, then down, up, then down. So these are these type of vibrations are there, and we have to measure this these vibrations. So what is written here is about what I told you. Consider an elastic string of length L. So this is a string of length L, which is fastened at its end on the x-axis at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. So it's both ends, means this is because suppose this is x-axis, and you have your string is on the x-axis. So this is one end, suppose that is x is equal to 0, and this is another end, which is suppose x is equal to L, because this length is L, the string is of length L. So this is another end. So this is x equal to 0, this is x is equal to L. So it is fixed at both of the ends, x at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L. Now the string is displaced and then released to vibrate in the xt plane. Yeah, when you touch this as a string, it will start vibrating in this direction like this. So uh, let uxt, we are denoting the vibrations as uxt. U is dependent variable that depends on x and t. Why? Uxt represents the vibration, it denotes the vertical displacement. Vertical displacement means like this. So the string is displacing because this is the length, and this is going to vibrate like this. So the position is going the position is moving from up to down, up to down, up to down. So that denotes the vertical displacement of the vibrating string, that function uxt, and it depends on two factors, x and t. Why? Because this is the length, this is the length of the string. So the vibration at this point will be different, the vibration at this point will be different, and vibration at this point will be different. Similarly, the time means if you are considering the time, initially the vibration would be faster, and when the time passes the vibration would be slow, means they will take less jump. Means initially suppose the vibration will take more length on the y-axis, but when the time passes the vibration would be like this, it will take small jumps on the y-axis. So this is a function of two variables. The vibrations are function, means the vibration can be measured in terms of x and t. Means the length, means when you move from this point to this point the vibrations would be different. Similarly, when the time in passes the vibration will again be of different type. Initially the vibrations would be means faster, means taking long jumps, long values on the y-axis. Then after some time it will like this, and after some more time it will like this, the small jumps. So it is a function of two variables, the x length and the time. So this is the means basic behind, or the concept behind wave equation, how it generates. So the uxt, our function that denotes the vibration in the string, and it depends on x and t. T is time here. So the initial boundary value problem modeling the motion of the string is given by, so motion of string, that means the vibration in the string, they are measured like this. Means this is that differential equation. The vibration which we are getting, it can be measured like this. Means these vibrations are the solution of this differential equation. So our part is not to model the problem but to solve the problem. So this is modeling, means the solution of this differential equation is going to tell us what are the vibrations in the string. Means at what time the vibrations are what, and at what length vibrations are what. So we have two questions. Suppose we want to check that whether at a time t, what type of vibrations are there, and at what length, means at x length, what are the type of displacement, or what are the type of vibrations. So the solution of this differential equation will tell us that how vibrations are happening with respect to x and with respect to t. So this is the, we call this one dimensional wave equation. Yeah, we are measuring only one dimensional wave equation like this. So vibrations, we are considering here that vibrations are with respect to the vertical axis only. So this is the equation, means suppose this is if examiner asks you that state and solve the one dimensional wave equation, in that case you must know that what is one dimensional wave equation, because you have to write the differential equation also. So you must remember this. This is one dimensional wave equation. Del 2u over del t square is equal to c square del 2u over del x square, where x is between 0 and L, because at the end point, means at x is equal to 0 means this end, and x is equal to L means this end. We don't have any vibrations. Vibrations are in between the length, means when x is greater than 0 and when x is less than L. So at those points we have vibrations. So time starts with the vibration. Whenever we touch the string, it is going to start vibrating. So the time starts there also. So this is the main equation which we have to solve. This is one dimensional wave equation. And with boundary condition, we have two conditions, means we have to get the particular solution. The boundary conditions mean, the bound means this is ux, the solution of this differential equation, this partial differential equation is uxt, because u is dependent variable. So we will get a relation, means solution means a relation between dependent and independent variable. So whatever the solution we are getting, or we will get, that function is uxt. So uxt, there the boundary condition means at this point and at this point, at the boundaries. So at boundaries x is 0, their vibration is means not happening. Similarly at x is equal to L, means at this end we also means we don't have vibrations there also, because these ends are fixed, वो किसी एंड पर बंधे हुए हैं, दैट मीन्स वहां वाइब्रेशन नहीं होगा, उसके आगे लेंथ पे सारे वाइब्रेशन होंगे. तो एट दीज पॉइंट्स, मीन्स एट दीज टू बाउंड्री पॉइंट्स, we don't have any vibration. So that's why these are 0, u0 t0, ul t0. At x is equal to 0, u is 0. At x is equal to L, u is 0. These are boundary conditions. So whenever we solve this equation, we get one solution, and in that solution we have to apply these boundary conditions. Similarly, we have initial conditions also. And what are those initial conditions? Ux0 is function of x. That means it is initial displacement at t is equal to 0. Clear? Means initially when time starts, just at that point, is there any vibration? So it will be totally in terms of x, function of x, because time it starts from there. So at time t is equal to 0, the vibration function is equal to function of x alone. It may be 0, means initially suppose the string as rest, so initial vibration are 0. So it will be given in the question. It is generalized, means we are studying the generalized version. So initially the string may have this kind of vibration. Either it is 0, means the we can start the vibrating the string from 0, means without any vibration in the string. But and this is initial velocity, the initial velocity of the string, means initially is it at the rest, or it has already some vibrations. It means it is already move, suppose it is already moving with the wave in the air. And then if in that case, if we touch that string, then what vibrations are there? So these are two conditions, two initial conditions. So what are the condition? The initial displacement is fx, means at time t is equal to 0, the ux 0 is fx, and initial velocity means del u over del t at time t is equal to 0, the initial velocity is gx. These are two functions of x which will be given in the question itself. So um, what first we have to get the general solution, means generalized solution, use it to solve which satisfies this wave equation. So this is one dimensional wave equation. First we have to solve this, then we have to apply boundary condition, means we will get one solution satisfying boundary conditions, then we will get one solution which also satisfy the initial condition. So these two type of condition we have to apply. So now you know how to solve this, because this is a partial differential equation, and you know how the separation of variables method works. So how it works? The solution strategy is, how many independent variables are there? X and t. So u is dependent variable. So we assume our solution u is equal to, as because there are two independent variables, so it is a product of two functions. One is a function of x alone, second is a function of t alone. So this is our assumed solution. U is equal to xt is a complete solution of equation 1. This is our assumption. And now what we do, if this is the solution, then we substitute this solution in the given differential equation. So for that, what we need del 2u over del x square and del 2u over del t square. So del 2u over del x square is what? Double differentiation of u with respect to x, and this is x dot t. So t is a function of t, so which is constant with respect to x, so only we will differentiate this. So two times we have to differentiate, that means x double dash. So x double dash t. Similarly, del 2u over del t square is the double differentiation of u with respect to t. So now x is constant with respect to t, so x is as it is, and double differentiation with respect to t, that means t double dash. Now we will substitute these values in the given differential equation. What we will get? This is del 2u del t square, that means x t double dash is equal to c square. C square is c square. Next, this is del 2u del x square, so this is x double dash t. Now what we have to do? We have to separate the variables. So this is the procedure. We have to separate the variables. Now what we are getting, x double dash over x, means this x we are bringing here, and the c square and t we are bringing here. So x double dash by x, t double dash by c square t. This is the separation. So now we know what to do, because these are separated now. X terms are on one side, t terms are on one side. So because both are independent variables, because this is a function of small x, this is a function of small t, so both are independent variables, so we know that they can be equal only when they are equal to a constant. So suppose that constant is k. Clear? Now अभी तक के जितना क्वेश्चन हमने किया था वो क्या है, जस्ट टू एलेबोरेट अबाउट हाउ द मेथड वर्क्स. बट अब क्या होगा, अब हमारे पास स्टैंडर्ड इक्वेशंस हैं, तो हमें क्या है कि बिकॉज वी आर सेइंग दैट दीज टू टर्म्स आर इक्वल टू अ कांस्टेंट, बट ये कांस्टेंट क्या है इस पर हमारा डिपेंड करेगा कि कौन सा सॉल्यूशन सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है. either this constant is zero or negative or positive. Clear? Either this is negative, zero or positive. In these three cases we will get three different answers, three different solutions. So out of those solution we have to select one which satisfies our the nature of the given differential equation, the vibrations. So we will check all three cases in standard partial differential equation, whether it is wave equation or heat equation or Laplace equation. We have to consider all three cases, whether k is zero or negative or positive. For normal question, we are going to solve that with k only, whether k is zero, negative, positive. We will not bother about that, but we will solve for k only. But for standard partial differential equation like wave equation, heat equation, Laplace equation, we will check each and every case. So there are three possibilities: either this constant is zero or negative or positive. So we will elaborate each case. So when suppose when k is zero, case one, when k is zero. So when k is zero, so this k is 0, that means this LHS is equal to 0 and RHS is equal to 0. So we are getting two equation: x double dash over x is equal to 0 and t double dash by c square t is equal to 0. So what we will get, x double dash is equal to 0, and now we have to integrate this. So what is the integration? This is x double dash, means double differentiation of x, and we have to integrate this. So what we get first time we get x dash is equal to c1, and after the second integration what we will get, c1x plus c2. I hope this is clear to you, because this is second order differential equation, or simply this is linear equation. So you can solve it for CFPI. So pi is 0 because right hand side is 0, and this is d2x over dx square. So the auxiliary equation would be m square is equal to 0. So m square is equal to 0, that means you will get two roots, 0 0. M square is 0, that means m is 0, m is 0. So two roots are 0 and 0, repeated real roots. And repeated real roots, what, how to write this here? C1, sorry, e to the power mx, the common m value. So m is 0, so e to the power 0x means 1, into what we write, c1 plus c2x. Clear? C1 plus c2x. So in this way, c1x plus c2, either we can write c1 plus c2x or c1x plus c2, because and into e to the power 0x, because e to the power mx we write, but m is 0, so e to the power 0x is 1. So this is in that way. Similarly, t double dash is equal to 0. Here also this is linear equation, so we will get what auxiliary equation like m square is equal to 0. So two repeated roots 0 0. So what we get, t is equal to e to the power 0 t into because c1 c2 we have already used, so c3 plus c4 t. Okay, here it is not capital T, so it must be small t, because this is independent variable. Like here this is capital X and this is small x. So here also the capital T is dependent and small t is independent. So we write the answer in terms of small t. So this is capital T and this is equal to C3 small t is plus C4. So now we have got our variables x and t. So what is the solution? Solution is u is equal to x into t. So u is equal to this is x, this is t. So this is first solution, means when, if suppose k is 0, then we will get this solution. Now suppose k is positive. So positive, it means now we have written this as k square. Why? I'm just I will describe this just after few steps. So this is the second case, case when k is positive. So k is positive because why I have written is this as k square, because we will get one auxiliary equation like m square minus k is equal to 0. If suppose this is k only, so m square minus k is equal to 0. So what we will get, where we will get roots like m is equal to square root k minus square root k. So every time we have to write square root k, square root k, square root k, square root k. So just to skip that, means just make the solution simple. I have chosen this as k square. Clear? Because here we will get k. If you don't write k square, if you write k only, then you will get m square minus k square is equal to 0. So we will get roots like square root k plus minus square root k. So every time we have to write square root k minus square root k. So this is very typical one to write. So to avoid that, I have chosen this constant as k square, and this is positive, so there is no problem, k square is always positive. So that's why I have written as k square. So now if this is k square, so again from here this is k square, so left hand side is equal to k square, right hand side is equal to k square. So x is double dash over x is equal to k square. Similarly, t double dash over c square t is equal to k square. Now this equation is k x double dash minus k square x is equal to 0. and what is x double dash? D2x over dx square. So this is a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So we know how to solve this. We have to get the CF only because right hand part is 0. So how to write CF? First we have to write the auxiliary equation. So m square minus k square is equal to 0. So what we will get? M square minus k square is equal to 0. That means, and the roots of this equation is the roots are uh, m square is equal to k square. That means plus minus k. So plus minus k are real and distinct roots. So for that we know that how to write CF. So C1 e to the power m1x plus C2 e to the power m2x. So roots are plus k and minus k. So plus kx and minus kx. So this is the solution for this equation. And similarly here, this is t double dash minus c square k square. T is equal to 0. This is again a linear differential equation with constant coefficient. So first we get auxiliary equation like m square minus c square k square is equal to 0. So roots would be plus minus ck. Clear? So roots are plus ck and minus ck. So if we write CF, t is equal to c3 because c1 c2 we have used already. So c3 c4. So c3 e to the power m1t, c4 e to the power m2t. So here we have the roots c1 ck and minus ck. So plus ckt and minus ckt, and independent variable is a small t. So this is the solution for this equation. So what is the total solution? U is equal to x into t. So this is our second. So this is the solution in second case. Similarly, when k is negative, so k is negative, again I have written minus k square for the same reason that it will come if we write it as k, then the square root k would be the solution. So square root k is to avoid writing square root k again and again. I am just considering this minus k square, and which is valid because this is negative. So negative, that means minus k square is always negative. So we can take in this form minus k square. So x double dash over x now is equal to minus k square. T double dash over c square t is equal to minus k square. So if we solve this, x double dash plus k square x is equal to 0. This is second order differential equation with constant coefficient. So first we get the auxiliary equation, which is m square plus k square is equal to 0. So m square plus k square is equal to 0. What we will get from here? The roots are m square is equal to minus k square. That means m is equal to plus minus ki. Are you getting? M square plus k square is equal to 0. That means the roots are m is equal to plus minus ki, imaginary roots. So in this case, we will get imaginary roots plus k I minus ki. And in case of complex roots, how to write CF? E to the power alpha x. So alpha is 0 because roots are plus minus ki. So real part is 0. So e to the power 0x into c1 cos beta x plus c2 sin beta x. And what is beta? The imaginary part. So imaginary part is k. So c1 cos kx plus c2 sin kx. This is the solution for this equation. Now for that equation, second equation, t square plus c square k square t 0. This is again LDE with constant coefficient. So first we get an auxiliary equation like m square plus c square k square is 0. So roots would be plus minus cki, again complex roots. So e to the power 0 t because real part is 0 in the complex roots. So c3 cos beta t plus c4 sin beta t, and beta is ck here in this case, imaginary part. So c3 cos ckt plus c4 sin ckt. So this is kx, this is t. So our final solution is u is equal to x into t. So this is the solution in the third case. Now out of these three solutions, we have to select one which suits our problem, our physical nature of our problem. So if you observe that we are solving wave equation, clear? We are solving wave equation, and waves means we are getting the vibrations. So you know that the vibrations are always periodic. Clear? You will find the vibration, means if this is suppose your string, if the vibrations are happening in this string, so vibration would be like this, up down up down up down up down. So these are periodic function. So whatever the solution is, it must contain periodic function, because since the problem is of vibrations, and therefore uxt must be a periodic function of x and t. Clear? I hope you get the point. Out of these three solutions, we have to select one. So we have to select that one which suits our physical nature, the physical nature of the problem, which is a periodic, because the vibrations are always in periods. Okay, they are periodic function like sine and cos, up down up down up down up down. So they are periodic functions. So uh, if we observe all of the cases, means here we are not getting any periodic function. This is when you increase x, the u will increase. When you increase time t, this is small t, the vibration would increase. But you know, after some time, the vibration would be would take slow jump, means slow length, like this. So this is this solution does not suit to our problem. Similarly, here also we have exponential function. Exponential is like this. So which is also not fitting in our environment, in our problem, because again we know that after some time the vibration would be slow. So now this solution contains the periodic functions, because cos is there, sine is there, and we know sine and cos are periodic functions. So only third solution suits to our uh, problem, means the physical nature of our problem. Clear? So out of these three solutions, we will consider third solution, the solution in the third case. So now this is the solution of the given differential equation. Now I told you this is general solution, but we have to find out particular solution which satisfies the boundary conditions and the initial conditions. So now apply the boundary conditions, and boundary conditions were u0 t 0, ult 0. Here I have mentioned already that boundary conditions are u0 t 0, ult 0, means at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to L, u values are 0. So these are two conditions. So first we apply u0 t 0, that means x at x is equal to 0, u is 0. So apply in this at x is equal to 0, that means when we apply x 0, so c1 cos 0, so c1 is there, c1 into 1, cos 0 is 1, plus c2 sine 0, but sine 0 is 0, so c2 will be eliminated, so only c1 is left. C1 into 1, cos 0 is 1, so c1 plus 0, and this is a function of t, so this is in multiplication, so we'll keep this as it is because we are applying x as 0. So we will get c1 into second function is equal to 0. Simply you have to apply x 0 here. Clear? So u0t, which is 0, so I have written 0, and here this is t function, so it will not be changed when x is 0, only this will be changed. So when x is 0, this is 1 and this is 0, so only c1 is left. So c1 into second factor is equal to 0. Now this product is 0, so either this is 0 or this value is 0, but I'm writing that c1 is 0 as, because this second function, if this second function is 0, then what happens, this part is 0, and if this is 0, then whole solution is 0. So we cannot keep this solution 0, otherwise this solution is 0, and if solution is 0, that means there are no vibrations. Clear? But you know that vibration would be there, so we cannot make this factor 0. So same thing I have written here, as this factor cannot be 0 for non-trivial solution, means for non-zero solution. So what is left? Only c1 left, so c1 would be 0. So what is the reduced solution? So here this was our solution. So I have reduced, I have now applied this condition, means we got that C1 is 0 in this case. So C1 is 0, that means this is eliminated. Okay, this has been eliminated. Now what is left? This part and this part. So the reduced solution is C2 sine kx and C3 cos ck8 plus C4 sine ck(t). Now again, the second boundary condition is ULT0. That means at x is equal to L, the U function is 0. So now since this is reduced solution, C1 is already 0. So this is the this is modified solution. So we will apply that condition here. So at x is equal to L. So at x is equal to L, C2 sine k L. This is L because x is L, and this is as it is because this would not be changed because there is no x term. So C2 sine kl, C3 cos ct plus C4 sine kt is equal to what? Uxt, and uxt is 0 at x is equal to L. So this is equal to 0. Again, we have three possibilities. Either C2 is 0 or sine KL is 0 or this factor is 0, because in this product we have three terms. So either first term is 0 or second term is 0 or third term is 0. But again, this cannot be 0, otherwise solution would be 0. So we have neglected that. Similarly, if C2 is 0, now the reduced solution is this. So if C2 is 0, then again the total solution would be 0. So again C2 cannot be 0. So C2 cannot be 0, third factor cannot be 0. So only possibility which is left is sine KL is 0. This can be 0. Why? Because this is not sine KX. Here we have three terms, C2 sine KX and this factor. So none of the factor out of these three factor can be 0. So this is sine KX and this is sine KL. This is different from this. So now this sine KL may be 0. So only possibility which is left is sine KL is 0, because C2 cannot be 0, this factor cannot be 0. So sine KL is 0, and when sine KL is 0, when this KL is n pi, because 0 is sine is 0 for every pi. ठीक है? So आपको पता है sin 0 sin की वैल्यू कब 0 होगी? Sin every pi is 0, so this is 0, we can write for 0 sin n pi. So after cancelling sines with the sine, what will happen? Scale would be n pi. So when angle sine is 0, we are saying that means the angle would be either pi or 2 pi or 3 pi or 4 pi, 5 pi. So KL must be n pi. So what is the K value? K value is n pi by L. L is the length of the string. So where n is either 1, 2, 3 or up to infinite. For every n, this is satisfied. K is n pi by L. So now the solution satisfying boundary conditions is, so this was our reduced solution. Now in this we are applying this, K is n pi by L. So C2 sine kx was there, so for K we are writing n pi by L x into C3 cos what was there, ckT. So for K again we are writing n pi by L, so n pi C by L, C by L into T, and C4 sine, it was ckT, so C is there, and for K we are writing n pi by L, so sin pi is sine n pi C by L T, and where n is either 1, 2, 3 or any number up to infinite. So now we are multiplying this C2 inside the bracket. So C2 into C3, we have written this as A, and C2 into C4 means C2 C4, we have written this as B. So this is sin n pi x by L, A cos n pi ct by L plus B sin n pi ct by L. So and now if we substitute one for n, one solution we will get one solution. If we substitute n 2, we will get second solution. If we substitute 3, we will get third solution. All solutions are valid. Why? Because this is 0 for every n or every positive natural number. So we will because and the possibilities for n are infinite, so infinite solutions are there. And if you remember one property, that if two solutions are there for differential equation, then their linear combination is also one solution. Means suppose y1 is one solution, y2 is another solution. So and then we know that y1 plus y2 is solution, y1 minus y2 is solution only for homogeneous equation when right hand part is 0. So here this is because right hand part is 0 because there is no function of xt here. So this can be written like let del 2 u over del t square is minus c square del 2 u over del x square is equal to 0. So there is no function of x and t, only derivatives are there. So this is homogeneous equation. So when the given differential equation homogeneous, then the linear combination of solutions is also one solution. So we have infinite solutions. When we substitute 1 for n, we will get one solution. When we substitute 2 for n, we will get another solution, and adding those two solutions, we will get another solution. Similarly, we are adding all of the solution. So we are taking linear combinations of all possible solutions. So this will again our solution, which we are calling general solution. So n is equal to 1, we have one solution. N is equal to 2, we have second solution. N is equal to 3, we have third solution. So we have added all the solutions. So summing up all n solutions, all infinite solution, this is an cos n pi ct by l plus bn sin n pi ct by l into sin n pi x by l. This is sin n pi x by l. And we have written because for first this is AB, so if we substitute 2, these constant would be different. So for first it is A1 B1, for second this is A2 B2, for third it is A3 B3. So I have written AN BN. So when we substitute n is equal to 1, we will get one solution. When we substitute 2, we will get second solution. When we substitute n3, we will get third solution. So and we are summing up all the solutions. So this will again a solution by the property that the linear combination of all the solutions of a homogeneous differential equation is again a solution. So we are using that fact only. So where we reached, this is our solution which satisfies the boundary conditions. This is the solution of one-dimensional wave equation which satisfies the boundary condition. Now the initial conditions. So now apply the initial condition. And what were the initial condition? Ux0 is fx and del 2 u or del t at t is equal to 0 is gx. So when t is 0, u is fx, and when t is 0, the del u or del t is gx. So for now we apply first condition, ux0 is fx. So here we have to apply. Now we have to apply at t is equal to 0. So ux0, t is 0. So t is 0, that means here t is 0, that means cos 0, and cos 0 is 1. So an is there. So an is there. Now plus bn into this is 0, so sine 0. So sine 0 is 0. So bn into 0 means this is 0. So only which is left is an into this sign, because this is x, so it will be multiplied here. So here we have two terms, an cos this angle t into sine n pi x by l plus bn sine n pi ct by l into sine n pi x by l. So if we apply t is equal to 0, this would be 1, cos 0 is 1, so an into sine n pi x by l, and this would be 0 because sine 0 is 0, so 0 into something 0, so only an sine n pi x by l, and this is equal to ux0, and ux0 is fx, so this is equal to fx. Now if we apply second condition, so what is that? First we need to calculate the del u over del t. So del u over del t from here means we have to differentiate it with respect to t. So del u over del t, how we will get? This is the differentiation of this term because this is cos t. So minus sine n pi c l by t into the angle, because this is t into something, so something would be in multiplication. So minus n pi c by l an sine n pi c by l t. Similarly here, this is the differentiation of this term is cos into some cos n pi c by l into t and into angle, so n pi c by l. So this is cos after differentiation, means del u over del t. This is now sine function and this is cos function. So now this would be 0 because this is sine. Yeah, this is sine. 1 minute. So uh, so similarly, means del u, when we apply del u over del t at t is equal to 0, what we will get, because we have to differentiate it with respect to t. So del u over del t, this cos function will be converted into sine function and sine function will be converted into cos function. So this would be 0 because it is with sine, and this is cos, so this would be non-zero. So what we will get, bn into the differentiation is cos n pi c by lt. So t is 0 because we have to apply at t is equal to 0. So t is 0, so cos 0 is 1. So bn into 1, and the differentiation also contains this angle, the coefficient of t. So n pi c by l. So n pi c by l into this sine function, sine n pi x by l. Sine n pi x by l is equal to what? This is del u over del t, and del u over del t at t is equal to 0 is gx. So this is equal to gx. Now, if you remember, in the last semester we studied Fourier series expansion, Fourier cosine series expansion, Fourier sine series expansion. So if you remember, the Fourier sine series expansion of fx is equal to Fourier sine series expansion of fx is equal to summation n from 1 to infinite bn sine n pi x by l in the range when the interval is 0 to l. If you remember, this is the Fourier sine expansion of fx in the interval 0 to l, the half range series, half range sine series, half range cosine series. So this is sine series, half range sine series in the interval 0 to l. And what was bn there? The bn in this series expansion, bn was 2 by l 0 to l fx into sine n pi x by l dx. So you have to recall this from the last semester, the Fourier sine series expansion or half range sine series expansion. So in when we have an interval like 0 to l, in this interval we have the sine series expansion of fx or half range sine series expansion like this, summation bn sine n pi x by l, where bn was 2 by l 0 to l fx sine n pi x by l dx. So if we compare our solution with this, this is also fx is equal to summation from n to n1 and starts from 1 to infinite an sine n pi x by l. Clearly this is equivalent to this. So this is also a and again we have the interval like 0 to l because the length of string is l. So we have an interval, the x varies from 0 to l. So the interval is same 0 to l, and this series is also same, only an is equal to small bn. So in this way we can write that an is equal to 2 by l 0 to l fx, means it is equal to fx, so fx into sine n pi x by l dx. In the same way, this is also a sine series expansion of gx. Clear? This is Fourier sine series expansion of function gx. So in this case, bn, the coefficient of n pi x by l is the constant. So here the constant is bn into n pi c by l. So n pi c by l bn would be equal to 2 by l 0 to l gx sine n pi x by l. Clear? If you compare here, what we have, the coefficient, the sine, जो साइन का कोफिशिएंट है वो क्या है bn, तो उसकी उस कोफिशिएंट की वैल्यू क्या होती है 2 by l 0 to l दिस इंटीग्रेशन. सो इस केस में क्या है, जो साइन है उसका कोफिशिएंट क्या है bn into n pi c by l. सो इस टोटल की वैल्यू क्या होगी 2 by l 0 to l gx sin, because gx why, because this is equal to gx. So gx into sine n pi x by l. So this is the solution of wave equation, one dimensional wave equation, which satisfies both the boundary conditions and initial condition. So what we have to do, so this is the derivation, means the solution of one dimensional wave equation. बट अब क्या होगा, अब हमारे पास कुछ क्वेश्चंस होंगे जो वेव इक्वेशन के फॉर्म में होंगे. उधर हमें क्या गिवन होगा, व्हाट इज एफ एक्स and what is gx. This is the general solution because we don't know with which velocity we are starting, with which vibration we are starting. Clear? So this is the general solution where ux0 is fx, del 2 u del t is gx. So अब हमें questions में क्या होगा, ये fx और gx दिए होंगे, तो हमें क्या करना है, डायरेक्टली इस solution को लिखना है. We know that the solution of one dimensional wave equation is this, where an and bn are defined like this, where an and bn are defined like this. So हमें क्या करना है, an bn को ही calculate करना है बस. This is the derivation. अगर आपको पूछा जाए फाइंड द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ वन डायमेंशनल वेव इक्वेशन, तो हमें यहाँ तक करना है. बट अगर उस पर बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, एप्लीकेशन आते हैं, तो हमको क्या करना है, हमें डायरेक्ट ये सॉल्यूशन लिखना है प्लस ये ए एन एंड बी एन की वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है. फॉर दैट वी नीड एफ एक्स एंड जी एक्स, जो हमें क्वेश्चन में गिवन होगा. क्लियर? नाउ सी द क्वेश्चंस, द एप्लीकेशन ऑफ वेव इक्वेशंस. तो हमें वेव इक्वेशन पर बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होंगे. So so what is the question? A tightly stressed string with fixed end points x is equal to 0, x is equal to l. So string size is l because both its ends are at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to l. So total length is l, and it is tightly stressed string which is initially in a position given by this. So initial position means fx and initial velocity is gx. Clear? You have to observe that what is fx, what is gx. If you observe from here, the initial displacement or initial position is fx and initial velocity is gx. So you need to know that what is given in the equation, the velocity, initial velocity or initial position. So initially the string is initially in the position given by this, means this is our fx. Pi 0 sine cube pi x by l is our fx. If it is released from the rest, that means initial velocity is 0. Clear? Means initially there is no movement. Clear? If it is released from rest, that means वो stable थी string, अब उसको रिलीज किया जा रहा है. दैट मीन्स इनिशियल वेलोसिटी मीन्स डेल यू ओवर डेल टी एट टी इज इक्वल टू 0 is 0. Clear? Initial velocity is 0 from, so if it is released from this point, if it is released from rest from this point, this position, find the displacement. Displacement means वही vibrations. आपको vibrations ही निकालने हैं, waves की इक्वेशन निकालनी है, जो waves बन रही हैं उसके क्या displacement है. So वो हम कैलकुलेट करना है. So clearly this is a wave equation, means the displacement of a string which is tightly stressed between 2 points is represented by wave equation. Clear? So now we observe that this represents a string, the wave equation, because here also we have one string which is whose ends are fixed, and the initial velocity is 0, initial position is this, and then we have to find out the displacement. So first we need to write this, that's a displacement of a string. Displacement means the vibrations of a string is represented by a wave equation. So this displacement is given by the solution which we obtained here, this uxt. So uxt we because there we took our equation in form of u, because the dependent variable was u. Now because they in this question they are giving the position like this, so this is our function y. Clear? Fx was what? Fx was ux0. So fx is equal to ux. So u was dependent variable, but here this is fx and this is equal to y. That means this is our u. So dependent variable is y here. Clear? So the solution is yxt is equal to, we know what is solution, from summation from n is equal to 1 to infinite an cos n pi ct by l bn sin n pi ct by l into sin n pi x by l. So we have to write this equation, this equations 8. So this is our solution of one dimensional wave equation where an is something, bn is something. So we have to write equation 8 with 9 and 10. So so this is our solution wave equation. We know the displacement is given by this equation where an is 2 by l 0 to l fx sin n pi x by l, and n pi c by l bn is 2 by l 0 to l gx sin n pi x by l. So I told you that in the coming questions in the application part we are given with fx and gx. We have to calculate these two integration only. This is our objective. So now we know that yx0 means ux0 is fx, and what is given here, it is y0 sine cube pi x by l, this initial position. So y0 sine n pi, sine cube pi x by l is our fx, and del y over del t means initial velocity, del u over del t at t is equal to 0 is gx, and it is given 0 because it is saying that if it is released from rest from this position, this is initial position, and it is released from rest from this position, that means initially there is no velocity. Clear? So 0, gx is 0, so fx is this and gx is this. Now we have to calculate these two integration only, an and bn. We have to find an and bn. So an is 2 by l 0 to l, because we have to check the interval here also. We have the interval 0 to l, so there is no problem. Otherwise, in case where the length is, suppose x is equal to 0 to 2l, then we have to replace l by 2l, all l by 2l. So here there is no problem because the interval is same. So 2 by l 0 to l, this is fx into sin n pi x by l, means this integration fx is y0 sin cube pi x by l into sin n pi x by l into dx. So y0 is constant, so I have taken this out. So 2y0 by l 0 to l sin cube pi x by l into sin n pi x by l dx. Now because how to now this is integration only. Now I assume that you know integration very well. So how to integrate this? This is sine function, this is sine cube function, and if you remember the formula, sine 3 theta, sine 3 theta is equal to 3 sine theta minus 4 sine cube theta, and this is sine cube theta. So from here sine cube theta is equal to 1 by 4 uh, 3 sine theta minus sine 3 theta. Clear? So I have used this formula for sine cube theta. So this is for sine cube theta, I have written 1 by 4 3 sine theta, that means sine 3 sines n pi x, sorry, 3 sine theta means 3 sine n pi x by l, and minus what was there, sine 3 theta, so sine 3 pi x by l into this sine n pi x by l means sine n pi x by l dx. Now uh, multiply this term to this and to this, so we will get two terms, 2 by 0 l 2 by 0 by l 1 by 4, this is 1 by 4 0 to l. First term is, this is 3 sine n pi 3 sine pi x by l into sine n pi x by l. So this is first term minus again 0 to l, the second term sine 3 pi x by l into sine n pi x by l. So sine 3 pi x by l into sine n pi x by l. And if you remember one property, that 0 to 1, sorry, sine 0 to l, 0 to any number, 0 to a, sine n pi x into sine m pi x is 0 when n is not equal to m. I repeat, 0 to a, sine n pi x into sine m pi x is 0 if n is not equal to m. And here we know that we have to, n is 1 2 3 4 5 6 up to infinite. So when we will calculate a1, it is sine n pi, sine pi x by l, sine pi x by l. So both angles are same, so it is non-zero. When we calculate a2, it is sine and sine pi x by l, sine 2 pi x by l. In this case, we have different angles. What this factor is saying, that if the angles, the coefficients are different, this is n pi x, this is m pi x. If this n is not equal to m, the integration is 0. So for only one, n is equal to, when we substitute n is equal to 1, this is sine pi x by l, sine pi x by l. This will be non-zero. And for others, means when for n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, all for all those values, it will be 0. The integration is 0, because this is 1 pi x by l and others are either 2 pi x by l, 3 pi x by l, 4 pi x by l. So angles are different. So for different angle, the integration is 0. So this will exist only for n is equal to 1. And similarly, the second integration here, sine 3 pi x by l, so 3 is fixed. Now n varies from 1 to infinite. So when we substitute 1, it will be 0. When we substitute 2, it will be 0. When we substitute 3, it is sine 3 pi x by l into sine 3 pi x by l. So angles are same. In this case, we will get non-zero value. Otherwise, all other values are 0. So because this is total integration, so a1 would exist, because this will be non-zero for non-zero integration for n is equal to 1. And when we substitute a3, this will be 0, but this will be non-zero. So we will get 2a, a1 and a3. So when a is a1, means y0 by 2l, by this is 2, this is 4, so 1 by 2. So 1 by 2, y0 by l, y0 by l, 0 to l, 3. This is because we are calculating for n is equal to 1. So sine pi x by l, sine pi x by l. So sine square pi x by l minus 0 y, because we are substituting 1. So this is 3 pi x by l and sine pi x by l. So these are different angles. So the integration would be 0. So this 3 will come out. So 3y0 by 2l. Now this is sine square. How to integrate this? 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. And simply by integrate this, apply the limits, you will get one value. So this is 3 by 0 by 4. Now for a3, because for a3 also this part would be non-zero, so a3 would be non-zero. Other a2, if all an would be 0 for n is equal to 2, 4, 5, 6 up to infinite. Because in all the cases, this is, suppose for n is equal to 2, this is sine pi x, 2 pi x, angles are different. This is 3 pi into 2 pi x, angles different. For n is equal to, suppose 4, this is pi, this is 4 pi, different. 3 into this is 3, this is 4, different. So for all these values, an would be 0. Only a1 will be non-zero and a3 would be non-zero. So now a3 by y0 by 2l. Now the first part would be 0, because we are substituting 3 for n. So n is 3. So 1 pi x by l into 3 pi x by l. So this would be 0. The first integration would be 0. Next minus second integration 0 to l. This is sine 3 pi x by l and sine 3 pi x by l. So sine square 3 pi x by l. Again, to integrate this, we will convert 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. We will integrate this, apply the limits. We will get one value, that is minus y0 by 4. So now the second, this is about an. Now for bn, n pi c by l is equal to what? 2 by l, 0 to l, gx into sine n pi x by l. But gx is 0, initial velocity is 0. So this is 0. So bn is 0 for all n, because gx is 0, integrand is 0. So solution is yxt is equal to summation as equal to 1 an. This is the solution. Now here we have a1 non-zero, a3 non-zero, all bn are 0, all an are 0 except a1 and a3. So only two possibilities will be left for n is equal to 1, a1 cos, because we are substituting n 1. So a1 cos 1 pi c by lt, because bn is 0, so bn all terms would be 0, b1 is 0, and sine 1 pi x by l. This is first term. And for n is equal to 3, this is a3 cos 3 pi c by lt into sine 3 pi x by l. Now substitute the values of a3 and a1. So a1 is 3y0 by 4 and a3 is minus y0 by 4. So this is we are getting as solution. So not keeping, because y0 by 4 is common, so we have kept that common. So this is the solution. So this is the solution where, so what we have to do in these type of questions, we have to write directly the answer, means we know the displacement or vibrations are given by this equation where an is this integration, bn is this integration. Only we need to know what is fx, what is gx, and after having the fx gx we have to calculate these integrations only. So हमें पूरे क्वेश्चन में केवल ये दो इंटीग्रेशन कैलकुलेट करने हैं हर एक क्वेश्चन में. So in this question also the same question is there. What is the difference? Spring is stressed and fastened to 2 points. L a point means again the length is L. The length of the string is L. Motion is started by displacing the string in the form, means this is our fx. Clear? This is our ये क्या दिया है हमें? Motion is started by displacing the string, means this is initial displacement, means fx. So fx is a sine pi x by L. Now from which it is released at time t is equal to 0. Clear? So इस इनिशियल पोजीशन से उसे जब रिलीज किया जा रहा है तो अगेन द इनिशियल वेलोसिटी अगर हमें नहीं दी है, वी ऑलवेज कंसीडर दैट 0. जब तक नहीं दी है वी डिफॉल्ट वैल्यू उसको हम इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या लेंगे 0. So that the displacement of any point at a distance x from one end at any time t is given by this, means this is our answer. कि ये दोनों कंडीशन जब हम अप्लाई कर देंगे तो जो आंसर मिलेगा वो इस फॉर्म में होना चाहिए. So what is given? Simply write the displacement is given by this equation, the solution of wave equation, where an is this, bn n pi c by L, bn is this. Now what to know that what is fx, what is gx. So fx is given a sine n pi x by L, a sine pi x by L, the initial displacement. So this is fx, and because the initial velocity is not given, so we will consider that 0 always. Otherwise it will be given. So del y over del t means velocity is 0 at t is equal to 0. So gx is 0, fx is this. So simply write solving the integration, an is equal to 2 by L. Again the interval is same, so there is no problem. We will write L for L, a sine, this is fx into sine n pi x by L dx. Now because this is n pi x by, sorry, sine pi x by L, and this is n pi x by L. So we know that when n pi x and n pi x are there, so integration is 0 when n is not equal to m. And what is n? N is either 1, 2, 3, 4 or up to infinite. So if we calculate a1, this is sine pi x by L into sine pi x by L. This will be non-zero. Otherwise all an would be 0 because sine 1 pi x by L is fixed. We are changing the n value. So 2, 3, 4, 5, all for all those values, the angles are different. So all an are 0 for n is equal to 2, 3, 4 up to infinite. Only a1 is non-zero. So 2 by L. So 2 by L, a sine square, because sine pi x by L into sine pi x by L. So sine square, again 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. We will integrate this, apply limits. We'll get our solution as a. Now bn n pi c by L is this. Now because this gx is 0, so all bn would be 0. So this is the final solution. So only a1 is non-zero, all bn are 0, all an are 0. So a1 means n की value 1 हमें substitute करनी है, तो cos pi ct by L into this sine pi x by L, because n की जगह हमने 1 substitute किया है. So this is the solution, a1 is a. So this is our final solution. बस आपको यही चेक करना है. आगे solution में क्या है? क्वेश्चन में क्या है? सेम क्वेश्चन, a tightly stretched string with a fixed endpoints x equal to 0 L. Again the interval is same, L. Is initially at rest in its equilibrium position. So now the initial position is 0. Fx is 0. Clear? Is initially at rest in its equilibrium position. So initially the position is 0. So fx is 0. If each of its points is given a velocity lambda x L minus x, find the displacement of the string at any distance x from one endpoint at any time t. So now the initial velocity is given. If each of its point is given a velocity this, find the displacement. So gx is given in this case. Gx is lambda x L minus x, and what is gx? Initial velocity. That means del by over del t, t is equal to 0. So fx is 0, fx की वैल्यू 0 है, gx की वैल्यू ये है. So हमें दो इंटीग्रेशन निकालने हैं. We know this is our solution where an is one integration this, and now this is 0. क्यों? क्योंकि fx 0 है. सो fx अगर 0 है तो an, चाहे हम n की जगह 1 रखें, 10 रखें, 15 रखें, सारे के सारे क्या हो जाएंगे? 0. नाउ bn n pi c by l की वैल्यू क्या होती है? 2 by l 0 to l gx into sin n pi x by l. सो हमें gx अब नॉन जीरो दिया है. सो व्हाट इज gx? lambda x l minus x. सो दिस इज अवर इंटीग्रेशन. इसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. सो lambda x को अंदर मल्टीप्लाई किया, क्या मिला? lambda इज कांस्टेंट, lambda को बाहर रख दिया. दिस इज l x minus x square into sin n pi x by l. So बस वन फर्स्ट इंटू सेकेंड से इंटीग्रेट कर दीजिए. So if you remember the formula u into v, one is differentiable function, other is integrable function. So how to integrate this? First as it is, दूसरे का इंटीग्रेशन, माइनस ऑल्टरनेटिव साइन होते हैं, प्लस माइनस माइनस, नेक्स्ट डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ फर्स्ट. सो क्या आ जाएगा? l माइनस 2x. अगेन इसका फिर से इंटीग्रेशन. सो इसका फिर से इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे. कैसे स्टार्ट करना है? दिस इज फर्स्ट फंक्शन, दिस इज सेकंड फंक्शन. फर्स्ट एज इट इज, सेकंड का इंटीग्रेशन. तो साइन एन पाई एक्स बाई एल का इंटीग्रेशन क्या होगा? एक तो माइनस आएगा, माइनस कॉस एन पाई एक्स बाई एल, एंड एंगल का क्या हो जाएगा? एन पाई बाई एल और आ जाएगा. सॉरी, आप डिनोमिनेटर में होते हैं, डिवाइडेड बाय एन पाई बाई एल, तो वो उल्टा होके क्या हो जाएगा? एल बाय एन पाई माइनस डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ दिस. सो डिफरेंशिएशन क्या हो जाएगा? l माइनस 2x, एंड अगेन इसका फिर से इंटीग्रेशन. इसका फिर से इंटीग्रेशन क्या हो जाएगा? नाउ कॉस का क्या हो जाएगा? साइन, और डिवाइडेड बाय एन पाई बाय एल, एल बाय एन पाई ऑलरेडी है तो स्क्वायर हो जाएगा. सो माइनस एल स्क्वायर बाय एन पाई स्क्वायर इंटू साइन, प्लस, देखिए पहले प्लस फिर माइनस फिर प्लस, ऑल्टरनेटिव साइन होंगे. एंड दिस इज अगेन इसका डिफरेंशिएशन. एक फंक्शन को हम डिफरेंशिएट करते जाते हैं, दूसरे को इंटीग्रेट करते जाते हैं. सो इसका फिर से डिफरेंशिएशन क्या होगा? l का 0 माइनस 2x का माइनस 2. सो माइनस 2 इंटू इसका फिर से इंटीग्रेशन. सो फिर से इंटीग्रेशन मतलब माइनस एल स्क्वायर बाय एन स्क्वायर इंटू पाई स्क्वायर तो हो गई. साइन का इंटीग्रेशन क्या होगा? कॉस एन पाई माइनस कॉस एन पाई एक्स बाय एल डिवाइडेड बाय एन पाई एल. सो माइनस इधर से आ जाएगा, माइनस ऑलरेडी था इसलिए प्लस हो गया. एल स्क्वायर बाय एन स्क्वायर पाई स्क्वायर था, और इधर एक इंटीग्रेशन से भी आएगा. सो एल क्यूब बाय एन क्यूब पाई क्यूब इंटू साइन का इंटीग्रेशन क्या होगा? कॉस एन पाई एक्स बाय एल. नाउ द लिमिट्स. अब आपको लिमिट्स अप्लाई करनी है, इस सबको आता है. तो बी एन एन पाई सी बाई एल इज इक्वल टू, आप इसको सॉल्व करिए. लिमिट्स रख के पहले अपर लिमिट सारे में रख दीजिए, फिर लोअर लिमिट रख दीजिए. तो सॉल्व करने के बाद दिस इज एल एक्स माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर. जब आप एल सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे तो एल इंटू एल माइनस एल स्क्वायर, ये जीरो हो जाएगा. लोअर लिमिट पर 0 माइनस 0, अगेन जो ये दोनों लिमिट पर 0 हो जाएगा. इसको देखिए, l माइनस 2l ये आएगा. सो l माइनस 2l इज देखिए, तो ये क्या होगा? l माइनस 2l मीन्स ये तो सॉल्व होकर कुछ आएगा माइनस l, प्लस इसमें क्या होगा? जैसे ही आप l यहाँ रखोगे, साइन एन पाई एल बाय एल, सो l से l कैंसिल हो जाएगा, केवल साइन एन पाई बचेगा. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस एन पाई, साइन एन पाई, ये क्या है? अगेन जीरो हो जाएगा. सो अपर लिमिट पर जीरो एंड लोअर लिमिट पर देखते हैं तो जीरो. सो l माइनस जीरो साइन जीरो, तो अगेन ये जीरो हो जाएगा. तो ये दोनों टर्म l और जीरो पर, अपर लिमिट लोअर लिमिट दोनों पर जीरो हो जाएगी. केवल ये टर्म आएगा. माइनस 2 एल क्यूब बाई एन क्यूब पाई क्यूब कॉस एन पाई एल बाई एल, एल से एल कैंसिल हुआ, कॉस एन पाई, तो ये किया गया. माइनस लोअर लिमिट, सो माइनस की जगह हो गया प्लस 2 एल क्यूब बाई एन क्यूब पाई क्यूब इंटू कॉस जीरो. इसको सॉल्व कर लीजिए, उसके बाद क्या मिलेगा हमें? ये मिलेगा. सो दिस इज सॉल्यूशन. अगेन दिस इज वैल्यू ऑफ बी एन इंटू एन पाई सी बाई एल. तो जैसे ही एन ऑड होगा, ये वैल्यू क्या होगी? नेगेटिव. नेगेटिव से बाहर आई नेगेटिव, तो प्लस हो गया, तो 2 टाइम्स, मतलब 2 इंटू 4 यानी 8 टाइम्स हो जाएगा व्हेन एन इज ऑड. जब एन इवन होगा तो ये प्लस हो जाएगा, प्लस 1, 1 माइनस प्लस 1 इज 0. सो दिस इज ऑलवेज 0 व्हेन एन इज इवन. सो बी एन की वैल्यू हमें क्या मिलेगी, बी एन इज इक्वल टू दिस व्हेन एन इज ऑड, इवन के केस में तो बी एन जीरो ही हो जाएगा। सो बी एन की वैल्यू क्या मिलेगी, ये वैल्यू और डिनोमीटर में चली जाएगी, यानी ये सॉल्व होके मिलेगा 8 लैम्डा एल क्यूब बाय एन 4 पाई 4 सी व्हेन एन इज ऑड। सो टोटल सॉल्यूशन क्या होगा, क्या था जिसमें ए एन तो सारे जीरो हो गए, केवल बी एन है, और बी एन सारे ऑड एग्जिस्ट कर रहे हैं। तो सभी में क्या है 8 लैम्डा एल क्यूब बाय पाई 4 सी, ये तो कॉमन है, केवल वन ओवर एन 4 है, तो एक बार आ जाएगा 1 ओवर 1 टू द पावर 4 odd because n is odd, so second term क्या होगी 1 over 3 to the power 4, next 1 over 5 to the power 4, next 1 over 7 to the power 4, so this is our solution। so आप सारे क्वेश्चन ऐसे ही हैं, बस अब देखिए क्या है, अब मैंने ना डिसकंटिन्यूअस फंक्शन दे दिया, अभी तक फंक्शन जो हमें एफ एक्स या जी एक्स दिए थे वो सिंगल वैल्यू थी, अब वो डबल वैल्यू है। तो क्वेश्चन क्या है, सेम क्वेश्चन है, फाइंड द डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ अ स्ट्रिंग स्ट्रेच बिटवीन टू फिक्स पॉइंट एट ए एट अ डिस्टेंस 2l। सो अब क्या होगा, जो इंटरवल है वो 2l हो गया, क्लियर, द इंटरवल लेंथ इज 2l, मींस 0 से 2l, x इज इक्वल टू 0 से x इज इक्वल टू 2l तक आपकी रोप है या स्ट्रिंग है। सो उसकी लेंथ क्या होगी, तो इंटरवल क्या हुआ 0 टू 2l, तो जहां पर भी l होगा उसकी जगह हम क्या यूज करेंगे फॉर्मूले में 2l। नाउ अपार्ट व्हेन द स्ट्रिंग इज इनिशियली एट रेस्ट इन इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन, दैट मींस अगेन fx 0 है, the string is initially at rest in equilibrium position, so equilibrium position में उसका value क्या है 0, that means fx is 0 and points of the string are given initial velocity v where v is this, so this is initial velocity from one end। so initial velocity आपको दी है, that means हमें gx दिया है। so initial velocity कैसे दिया है 0 से l, क्योंकि टोटल लेंथ स्ट्रिंग की क्या है 0 से 2l, सो 0 से l तक की वेलोसिटी ये है एंड l से 2l तक की मींस हाफ स्ट्रिंग की वेलोसिटी ये दी गई है, हाफ स्ट्रिंग की वेलोसिटी ये दी गई है। सो सिमिलरली वही क्वेश्चन करना है, कुछ नहीं करना, बस इंटीग्रेशन है। सो हम वी नो दैट आवर सॉल्यूशन ऑफ वेव इक्वेशन और डिस्प्लेसमेंट इज इक्वल टू दिस वेयर yx0 is equal to 0 fx because initial position क्या दिया 0, so fx is 0 and del y over del t when t is equal to 0 means gx आपको given है, gx is x by l when x is between 0l and it is 2l minus x by l when x is between l to 2l। so कैसे सॉल्व करेंगे, an is equal to क्या होता है 2 by l, but l क्या है अब हमारा 2l है, लेंथ क्या है 2l, तो जहां पर भी l होगा वो हम क्या यूज करेंगे 2l। सो 2 बाय l था, लेकिन अब हमने क्या लिख दिया 2 बाय 2l एंड इंटरवल क्या था 0 टू l, इंटीग्रेशन इंटरवल, तो हम क्या लिखेंगे 0 टू 2l fx into sin's function and this is 0 because fx is 0, so we are given with initial position 0, so fx is 0, so every an is 0। now second part n pi c by l c by 2l, bn की वैल्यू क्या होती है 2 by l, that means 2 by 2l, इंटरवल क्या होता है 0 to l, बट यहाँ क्या है 0 to 2l gx into sin। नाउ अब gx की वैल्यू रख दीजिए, अब gx की जो वैल्यू है वो दो पार्ट में है, 0 से टोटल इंटरवल क्या है 0 से 2l, बट 0 से l के बीच में ये है, l से 2l तक ये है, सो हम उस इंटीग्रेशन को दो पार्ट में डिवाइड कर देंगे, बस इतना सा था, बाकी कुछ चेंज नहीं है। सो 2 by 2l इज 1 by l, नाउ इंटरवल 0 to l fx gx की वैल्यू क्या है x by l, और l से 2l की वैल्यू में gx क्या है 2l minus x by l। अब आपको बस ये दो इंटीग्रेशन सॉल्व करने हैं, यू नो हाउ टू सॉल्व दिस, बस इसको इंटीग्रेट करिए, लिमिट अप्लाई करिए, तो आपको ये आंसर मिल जाएगा, क्लियर। सो दिस इज बी एन, यहाँ पर कोई प्रॉब्लम होगी तो आप लोग मुझसे डिस्कस कर लेना, ठीक है, अदरवाइज सिंपल इंटीग्रेशन है और कुछ नहीं है। सो अगेन बिकॉज दिस इज n पाई बाई 2 और n की वैल्यू क्या है 1 से लेकर इनफाइनाइट, तो जैसे ही आप ऑड रखोगे तो ये क्या मिलेगा 1 पाई बाई 2, 3 पाई बाई 2, 5 पाई बाई 2, 7 पाई बाई 2, तो वो सारे तो आपको, क्योंकि ऑड नंबर्स में तो आपको साइन की वैल्यू मिलेंगी, लेकिन जैसे ही n इवन होगा 2 पाई बाई 2, तो मीन्स 2 से 2 कैंसिल साइन पाई, 4 होगा तो 4 पाई बाई 2 मीन्स 2 पाई, 6 पाई बाई 2 हो जाएगा तो कितना हो जाएगा 3 पाई, सो साइन एवरी पाई इज 0, तो उस केस में सारे क्या हो जाएंगे 0। सो जब भी इवन होगा वी एन 0 होगा, ऑड होगा तो ये वैल्यू हमें मिल जाएगी। सो टोटल सॉल्यूशन में क्या हो गया, हमने वाला ए एन वाला पार्ट हटा दिया बिकॉज ए एन इज 0, केवल बी एन वाला पार्ट रखा, बी एन इंटू साइन, सो बी एन की वैल्यू रख दी, बी एन क्या है ये वाली वैल्यू इंटू दिस, ये टोटल बी एन है, क्या, सो दिस इज अवर सॉल्यूशन। ऐसी और सॉल्यूशन दी है प्रैक्टिस के लिए, आप प्रैक्टिस करिए, कोई प्रॉब्लम आए तो पूछ लीजिएगा। बाय गिविंग ईच पॉइंट अ वेलोसिटी, तो ये क्या है, हमें gx दिया है और fx इज इनिशियली इन इक्विलिब्रियम पोजीशन। सो इक्विलिब्रियम का मीन्स होता है कि वो फिक्स स्टेबल है, यानी इनिशियल पोजीशन क्या है, 0। gx हमें दिया है, इंटीग्रेट करना है बस। इंटरवल क्या है, l लेंथ का है, तो 0 to l इंटरवल होगा। सॉल्यूशन भी दे दिया है आपको, ये आंसर आ जाएगा। इसमें दिया है 0 से L0 के बीच में वो बंधी हुई है स्ट्रिंग, दैट मीन्स 0 to l यानी l लेंथ की स्ट्रिंग हो गई। इट इज रिलीज्ड एट रेस्ट फ्रॉम द इनिशियल डिफ्लेक्शन गिवन बाय दिस। सो इस केस में हमें इनिशियल, इट इज रिलीज्ड एट रेस्ट फ्रॉम दिस पोजीशन, दैट मीन्स अब इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 0 है, यानी gx 0 है और इनिशियल जो पोजीशन है डिफ्लेक्शन है वो ये है। तो इनिशियल पोजीशन यानी fx को हमें इंटरवल पार्ट में दिया है, 0 से l/2 तक ये पोजीशन है और l/2 से l तक की ये पोजीशन है। तो जहाँ पर भी bn तो सारे 0 हो जाएंगे क्योंकि gx 0 है। an को जब भी आप सॉल्व करोगे तो fx की 2 वैल्यूज है, तो टोटल इंटरवल क्या है, 0 to l। सो 0 से l/2 तक में आपको ये fx की वैल्यू रखनी है, l/2 से l के बीच में ये वैल्यू रखनी है। बस इंटीग्रेट कीजिए, लिमिट अप्लाई करिए, यू विल गेट योर आंसर। ठीक। So in the next lecture we will discuss how to solve one dimensional heat equation। अभी हमने सॉल्व किया वन डायमेंशनल वेव इक्वेशन, उस पर बेस्ड क्वेश्चन। ऐसे ही नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में करेंगे हाउ टू सॉल्व वन डायमेंशनल हीट इक्वेशन एंड द क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन हीट इक्वेशन। क्लियर?